Hey everybody, what is going on? So in this video, I want to talk about the brilliance, the absolute brilliance of WandaVision. Okay, so now before we even get started, I do want to say I might touch upon some spoilers in this video. So if you're not all caught up on WandaVision, then go ahead and click off. This video is not for you. This might contain some spoilers. Okay, so I want to talk about the brilliance of WandaVision. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of context here. When I first heard about WandaVision and the concept for the show, you know, Wanda and Vision and this weird sitcom situation, I wasn't really sold on it. I'll be completely honest with you. The concept had me really confused and scratching my head, right? Then I watched the first episode and I was instantly hooked, right? I was instantly hooked. I saw what they were doing and where they were going with this and how they approached it. And I instantly fell in love with the show. Now, the brilliance of WandaVision is really, and whoever came up with this concept is an absolute genius. The American sitcom, right? If you look at the American sitcom over the decades, it's very much rooted in these weird kind of relationships, okay? And we've seen this so many times through the decades, you know, whether it be Bewitched, you know, where the guy marries a witch, right? And she has magical powers, she wiggles her nose and all that good stuff. It's a very weird concept, a very weird show. I Dream of Jeannie is another weird concept, a weird show where you have, you know, this astronaut who falls in love with his genie. Okay, it's bizarre. It's a bizarre situation. And even, you know, in the 80s we had weirdness going on. I don't know if you guys remember Small Wonder, you know, where this guy creates a robot daughter, okay, Vicky. It's all very weird. The American sitcom is very much rooted in these weird premises. This whole concept of like this AI robot husband and a witch wife, right, is so American sitcom. It works so beautifully and so perfectly. This WandaVision could easily be a real sitcom and it would work perfectly fine. Forget all the Marvel hero stuff. Forget all of that. If it was just a sitcom, it would work just as well as Bewitched. It would work just as well as I Dream of Jeannie or Alf or any of these classic American sitcoms. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant what Marvel has done here. And it's one of those ideas where like, I never would have come up with it. And if you pitched it to me, I would have said you were absolutely crazy. But in hindsight, in execution and how they're doing it, and it really is a genius concept. And I've absolutely fallen in love with this show. I'm all in, guys. I'm absolutely all in. Now, episode 4 even made me more invested in WandaVision, because episode 4, what they did was they created the context of this sword agency, and they're like investigating and trying to figure out this weird sitcom alternate reality. And you know, when Agent Wu, when he puts up all the pictures of the various cast or people that show up in the sitcom, and it almost creates almost like a CSI, like FBI detective drama, like an investigative drama, where he's going to post the pictures of everyone in the show and we're going to figure out what their place and who they are. Oh my gosh. I'm like, are they for real? Like, this is now, it's a sitcom, right? It wears that hat. It's a sitcom, but now it's going to be like this FBI, like almost like crime drama, where they're going to start investigating various individuals to kind of get more information. It's incredible. This show, WandaVision, wears so many hats and wears each one so well. It's such a bizarre, wonderful, refreshing trip. I am all in on WandaVision. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I love what they're doing here. Marvel, I have to give a lot of credit to Marvel. Marvel takes a lot of risks. Marvel takes a ton of risks, and really it pays off, because I'll be honest with you, I was getting a little burnt out around the time of Endgame, I was getting a little burnt out on the MCU a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it was just like too much of it or whatever. But this show brought me back in because it's not the typical Marvel thing. It's different, right? And it brings you back in. And Marvel does this. They did it with Guardians of the Galaxy too. You know, Guardians was a very weird concept. A lot of people didn't think it was going to do well, and it actually destroyed, it crushed, right? Marvel has a knack for doing these really, really weird concepts and absolutely hitting home runs. And WandaVision is no exception. It's no exception. I cannot wait for episode 5. I am so all in right now. The brilliance of this show continues to blow my mind. And the attention to detail in those first 3 episodes with the 1950s, the 1960s, and 1970s, the attention to detail with how perfect it was. You can take clips from WandaVision episode 1 and put them up against I Love Lucy or Dick Van Dyke, and it would be, you couldn't tell, you would really believe that WandaVision was of that era. It's so flawless, absolutely perfect. Love it. Absolutely love it. What do you guys think, though? Do you agree with me that Marvel really hit something brilliant, really genius here with WandaVision? Or do you disagree with me? Do you not like the show? Do you think it's a little too weird, a little too fresh, a little too different? What are your feelings on it? I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so, so much for watching. And as always, have a marvelous, marvelous day. Bye-bye now.